Hello, what is going on, friends and family? All right. I suppose I should probably just get right into it, click rates and all that. Uh, this is this is just going to be a reaction video. I kind of want to do this as like sort of side content to my regular channel. This is why it's on the second channel. I actually haven't done much reaction content like as an actual video. I've only really done it. What is my haircut, man? I really need to cut that out. But I've only really done it as like, side I've done it on stream. I just haven't like done it as an actual video yet. Today we're going to be reacting to Spider-Man versus Deku, Marvel versus My Hero Academia Death Battle. I'm kind of a huge fan of Death Battle. I think it's a really fun show. I do have a couple videos in mind about it. You'll probably see those in the upcoming pipeline. After I record this video, I'll probably work on a script. I suppose we should just get right into it because we are almost at a minute already, and I'm sure I'll have plenty to yap about here. Just a forewarning, since I'm actually doing this like capturing it's capturing the video on the Steam Deck, which means there's going to be a slight audio delay. I'll try and find a way to fix it, but I'm not sure what the timeline on that will look like. So let us begin. All right. In a three, in a two, in a one. Actually, I lied. It's bullshit. I just one thing, before we do really properly get into it. Oh God, I hope the lag spikes aren't like that the entire time. But one thing before we do get into it, this is just my reaction to the actual video. This is not meant to replace your thoughts on the video. I want you to watch this after. I'll link it down in the description. All right, now let's keep going.
Izuku Midoriya. Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Like I said,
And it's our
note
turn to
the
analyze
note the
our
audio
opponent's
delay.
armor and skills to find out
Hopefully
who
it
will
isn't
win
as bad
a
in the
death
actual,
battle.
final video.
Alright, let's take this from the top
Hmm.
again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and
I
only
actually have a video in
Spider-Man.
mind for the main channel. It's going to be because my friend kind of wants to play Marvel Rivals, but doesn't really know many of the characters because they're not a big comic fan. So I'll probably have like a video coming out on the main channel, just being like, oh hey, here's the lore for most of the Marvel Rival characters. Even though, admittedly, I'm kind of a casual when it comes to comics too, so it'll take some research on my part.
Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately,
A random thought, just before we keep going, I kind of want to make sure and pause and put my own, spin on things. Does anybody really know any like super good Spider-Man runs? Like I'm sure the original 60s Stanley Ditko one. Kind of want to check out Ultimate Marvel too. Um, Not the new one, although I do kind of want to check out the new one as well. But also, I kind of want to check out the original 2000s Ultimate Marvel run as well. Although from what I
Peter
understand,
wasn't
Ultimate Spider-Man is like the only good one of that run.
the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person
Oh
is
shit,
complete without
that's kind of sick. I didn't know about that. Does that apply to like the current one or just in the original Ultimate run? I suppose if you know,
web
feel free to comment.
shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Really
Like
do need
any
to
typical
rewatch
teenager,
Spider-Verse
he had
soon.
a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that, trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles
Wait,
had a
my mic?
leg up
Yeah, it
over
does
the
show up. Oh,
other
okay, in this one.
superhero known to man.
Living parents. Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter,
Fresh,
Oh,
chef-crafted meals
add,
in over
add.
2,000 locations.
but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing,
Oh
blasting,
shit.
mega
Like,
blasting.
like he could just straight up like solo a whole bunch of mutants. That's kind of crazy. I never knew about that one. I mean, I know
He
about
can
the
even make
bioelectricity,
electric
obviously, but
constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linnaeufeidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
holy shit.
Uh,
Yo, that's
well,
actually
whatever.
crazy.
Traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he
Damn.
needed to find
That battle really got me out here wanting to watch nature documentaries. Crazy.
his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, gee, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a
Jesus.
ton of older heroes, too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions,
Well,
a team
I
of
mean,
teenage
I mean, to be fair, like everybody ever has been an Avenger. Fucking Punisher has been an Avenger, man. That's not really that impressive in the grand scheme of things.
superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic
Holy
energy will
shit. Wait, no,
overload
that
it.
was a nice
They're
highlight.
nothing.
Holy
This
crap.
stuff is tough enough
I was
that
actually just
Deadpool's
playing Rivals a little bit ago.
swords have shattered
Wait, I need to
against
see
it.
that again.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield,
Oh my
and enough
lord.
kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than
Wait,
managed.
was this panel
It's
meant to be
your
like a
classic
reference to
shonen
something?
power-up,
Hang on.
and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing
Oh.
for mimicking
I suppose I probably didn't recognize it because I actually haven't watched Naruto yet. I'll definitely keep it on my to be watched list though.
some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider spider.
Actually,
There's
actually,
anime
funny,
spider people.
funny story about that. Second time I went to go see Into the Spider-Verse, like early 2019-ish. I went with an old friend of mine, and they only wanted to go because of Penny Parker, you know, the anime Spider Person. And afterwards, they were like, actually, no, it's kind of creepy seeing anime in that sort of 3D art style. Which actually I'll talk about that story later. You know, don't want to delay the video too
People,
much.
robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
Oh, that was oddly wholesome. Not gonna lie.
But what is a hero? To the citizens of
Oh,
Japan, there was
this
no
episode contains spoilers for the ending of My Hero Academia. I just wanted to read that out because I saw this in the corner. It's actually where my face cam is. Let me see if I can. But yeah, just up here. Um. Oh. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Back into it.
one more synonymous with the word than their symbol of peace.
All Might, the big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya. Or
Wait,
his
is that an
local
actual
bully
YouTube
enough to
URL?
get one. Like
URL?
this kid named
Wait. No, go back a couple frames there.
or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this
No. Oh no. YouTube. Okay.
kid named Izuku
Great.
Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One For All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One For All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One For All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One For All could cause their body to explode. So Izuku would need to continuously train to master
I don't know why I'm
it
laughing
at
about
his
that. I've
hero
literally watched My Hero Academia. Like, never mind.
academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired
Wait, how
by
long
girly
is
pop
his analysis before the fight? Holy crap.
Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way
Oh
before
my
himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focus a punch.
My apologies,
And
everybody.
that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually
I know
control.
how long this analysis seems, but they haven't really gotten into like the actual, big scientific numbers yet. Kind of
He
interesting.
can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with Full Cowling to achieve Foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than
Jesus
sound.
Christ.
And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light-speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though.
Holy shit.
After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him, though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku, so he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Oh, that again, but
Choose from
why,
over
why has this episode been so oddly weird?
3,000 glasses.
No, weirdly wholesome. Like, what the hell? This is Deathbattle. It's not meant to be wholesome. I say that, but I'm kind of glad it is.
Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're at.
Oh yeah, ad for the Deathbattle store. Probably check it out. Here's the URL, I guess. I'll probably check it out in time. Depends on when my paychecks come in and all that.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay, first of all, sick as hell art style. Second of all, I won't say anything, until the actual episode is done. Maybe we'll go back and analyze it. Analyze this a little bit,
Huh?
Well, actually, after the battle and then the next time.
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
Alright, new guy. First lesson? Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware! Ah!
Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that. Oh, mierda.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out! Because I always do my best!
If I'm gonna do my best,
Damn, holy shit, this hype is hell.
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
On Saito. Deathbattle!
Go beyond! Ultra!
Damn.
Spider-Man. You really are the ultimate.
Damn, holy shit.
Vaya con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats
Oh
than
wait,
danger
let me move this face cam again. Hang on, hang on. Actually, probably up here. While Miles is a herald of the spider god Anansi, Anansi is largely a supportive mentor, rather than a direct combatant on Miles' behalf. However, Miles' status as his herald could theoretically grant him spiritual protection from being attacked by All for One's vestiges. Interesting.
sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles's invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up,
Huh.
speed.
I didn't
Later,
expect that
Miles
one,
could
actually.
dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku, though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT,
Jesus
smashing the
Christ.
bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
Anime and no, anime, manga, and comic scaling is all really anything that's not like live action always has some bullshit scaling. And even then, if the live action thing is like adaptation of a comic or something, that always has some more bullshit scaling to it.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and
All right,
immense
we're gonna
strength.
see what the next time is, and then yeah, we'll see what the next time is, and then we'll kind of just I'm not sure. I'll record an outro, and maybe it'll just cut to that, or maybe like I'll record an outro, and then go over the fight, and then see how I feel in the editing room. Maybe it'll just go to the outro. I'm not sure.
Is Deku.
Next time on Deathbattle.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Hulk
Subscribe
versus
and join as a member
Godzilla.
to see
Do we have
more
a date?
Deathbattle.
Oh, and a new Decky update. Cool.
Thanks for watching.
Let me do this outro again. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm gonna do a couple more reactions in the future. Maybe just kind of like make it a consistent thing, just in between regular main channel videos. I sure hope that it seems like actually added something constructive to it. I never want to like take away from the original video. I know that that's a huge criticism of regular reaction content. Um, Aside from that, what else can I think of? Um, I'm not sure if I'll react to it. I still haven't checked out the latest episode of Amazing Digital Circus, so maybe I'll check that out. Or, if there's anything like super extra cool or notable or whatever, I'll check that out too. But until then, I suppose I'll see you all next time.